this VideoNet interview at IBC 2014, I'm speaking with Julien Signès, who's the President and CEO at Envivio. Welcome back, Julien.
Thank you.
Now, if you're interested in headends, I think the obvious story from IBC this year is virtualization. And from the very beginning, you've had software-based transcoding and encoding, and you were virtualized very early onto HP servers and sort of generic hardware. So can you run us through really what the fundamentals of virtualization are and why they're a benefit to the industry?
Absolutely. So virtualization is a relatively new theme for the industry. We believe we've been ahead of the game. Last year, we announced a major deployment, over 10,000 channels virtualized in a tier 1 cable operator in the US. And so the reason why this is possible is because we have a whole software, no hardware dependency. The big benefits for the operator is flexibility and scale. Those operators want to more and more launch new services, scale their operations, change their configurations, and scale it very rapidly. So virtualization is really about operational efficiency, scale, and just a better way to operate the video services.
Okay, I mean, you mentioned the tier 1 operator in the US, and I know there's one in Europe as well.
Right.
And you've just announced that China's largest cable operator is using virtualized video processing for multi-screen.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, is this the start of a slow trend, or is this now going to become the norm? And how quickly do you think virtualization will happen, if you like?
Yeah, so it's not yet the norm. It's still a very new trend. You know, we think that it represents a future. We think once you virtualize your operations, you have the great benefit to be able to run on your private data center or outside cloud. And so that becomes in a way, infinite resource until you can scale, you know, your video services. So we think it's a very important future trend. It's just starting to happen. We have strong references. It's just the beginning.
Okay, and also at IBC, you've obviously announced your Nuage product, which is a software as a service platform. Right. I mean, just tell us, you know, what it is and what that sort of brings to the table for a service provider.
Sure. So what it is an end-to-end solution from ingest all the way down to playback on the end devices, whether they're tablets or game console or connected TV. We analyze the fact that at the end of the day, in the multi-screen world, there are a lot of enterprise-class solutions. There's a lot of very heavy integration solutions, and there was a need for a software virtualized solution that was an end-to-end, really high quality, you know, broadcast entertainment content, premium quality, and there was no such platform. And so we saw that a good opportunity based on our expertise and our end-to-end knowledge to introduce a new solution that we call Nuage.
Okay, and I mean, what are the main problems that it solves? I mean, you mentioned flexibility at the start. I mean, you know, is it about complexity or is it about cost? What's the real key driver when you talk to people?
Yeah, so I think that one of the main driver is time to market. You have premium content, you want to launch a new service, and either you're a greenfield operator that don't have the resources to do it, or you have a big operator that want to launch a new service, but you don't have the internal resources to do it because you're just busy doing something else, and you really want to have time to market. So time to market is a crucial benefit of that platform. So one of the claim to fame that we have is we've deployed a European operator in 2.5 weeks, end to end. And so we think that's been a very big design thought behind the integration and the making of the solution.
Okay, and that 2.5 week deployment, what was that for? What were they doing?
So the end result was, you know, somebody wanted to be launching a new app that was a pretty complex app. They wanted on multiple platforms, including Apple TVs and Roku's and different mobile platforms and PCs, etc. And from day one that we met to deployment time, there was 2.5 weeks.
Okay, and is that for live video or for on-demand?
Yes, both live and on-demand. Yes.
Okay, and I know in the Nuage announcement you were talking about 30 days to sort of build a sort of a Netflix type company or an ESPN.com
right.
type company. I mean, so it is that quick. I mean, we're going down into incredibly
short. Yeah, so we were conservative, right, because we did 2.5 weeks. So we leave ourselves a little bit of breathing room. No, so obviously I want to state that we are not going to solve the content licensing issues or any other marketing issues for people. We're here to bring the technology. Assuming that those problems are solved, that people have the content, the rights, and they know what they want to do, we believe that we can scale, and put people online in 30 days, absolutely. So that's not just a marketing claim, it's a true technology proven claim. Again, big benefit of that platform, and we didn't want to compromise, by the way, so time to market sometimes goes with cutting corners or the quality or the complexity or the features of that platform. We wanted a full featured premium entertainment class platform and to deliver that entertainment premium content to end users on multiple platforms. So that's why we designed that pre-integrated solution. That's an end-to-end solution that enables you to do that in 30 days.
Okay, and it's taken away all the sort of the operator integrations that saves the time, is it? What's the sort of the main thing that reduces
so
that time
I think
scale?
that integration is a big thing, and then scale. So the cloud enables us again to scale the service, whether it's one user or 1 million users, or whether it's a one channel or 100 channels, or whether it's one content or millions of hours of content in VOD, whether you want time shifting or DRM or no DRM, or so we have all these options on the table, and this is really like a menu option. But all these features have been implemented already and are ready to scale.
Okay, and if you move into the software as a service sort of model, what is the impact on CAPEX and OPEX and the sort of balance between the two?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a heavily OPEX model. So it's not, I must say, it's also not for everybody. Some people prefer to have a permanent solution, and we'll still absolutely offer that. And we think in the future we might be offering hybrid systems where people use a bit of both depending on the case, and some parts of the system will be running in-house and some others will be. So it's a very open platform now where we can run some portion in-house in a virtualized data center that they own and a portion outside in a public cloud. So what it means is that it shifts a heavily CAPEX system into OPEX. The benefit of OPEX is really risk, is also pay as you grow. So it's particularly interesting for people launching new services because they don't have to invest for their maximum capacity. They can wait for that capacity to come, and then they'll pay just for what they use.
Oh, that's great. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming in and telling us about it, and always good to talk to you.
Thank you.